today we're going to allow Jason McClain to give his story as to how he started out, what happened during his lifetime, and how he got to the place of graduating from Columbia State Community College. So the first thing we wanted to ask Jason is just to kind of introduce yourself.
All right, first of all, my name is Jason McClain. A lot of y'all know me as James K. or Jack. I hail from Columbia, Tennessee, by the way of Williamsport, Mount Nebo. So, that area, 45 years old. Has moved to Franklin, Tennessee. I got a little bit of my middle education from Franklin Junior High School in Franklin. Went to Franklin High School. Supposed to have been the first graduating class at Centennial, but it didn't work out so well. But yeah, product of here, went to IBH here in Columbia, Baker Elementary, right down the road from here. So.
Okay. So my first interaction and meeting with Jason just happened to be here at Columbia State. He would come in our office and just take care of the flowers and do all kind of stuff. So we got to talking and come to find out that we are related on by way of my sister. So that gave me a little more leeway. Then I could joke around and act crazy and, have a little fun. But, he would always put a smile on my face and give me something just to have a good day moving forward. So one of the things we were talking about, we were just talking one day, and he was, I said, oh, you need to do this. He was like, no, I'm trying to stay out of trouble. And I'm like, trouble? What are you talking about, trouble? So, of course, everybody has problems in their life, and everybody overcomes. Some of them do better than others. So right now, as we know, everybody that knows Jason knows his story except for me, because I didn't know him. So right now, what I want to ask him is, what are the things that you had to overcome to get to where you are today?
Oh man, I don't know if we got enough time for all of that, but I give you just a quick rundown of just, how it starts. Some of the trouble, most of the trouble, I guess, was self-inflicted on some issues. Being hard-headed, not listening to your parents, not eating your vegetables, and just some different situations like that. I've encountered all different hurdles, life through life. Gunshot victim, really kind of at no fault of my own. Just I guess in the society at the time, just like back in 2009, which was really around the time that I got my GED and came out here to start to get my associate's degree at that time. But between that time, 2009, I think I started out here. At 2011, did 2 semesters, and jumped back out into the jungle again, and just trying to figure it out, as we do in life, as all different aspects.
Okay. So once you were out, how hard was it for you to get started back? Because I know when you get out of being incarcerated, it's expensive to get back on your feet. It's hard because you have to check that box. And, a lot of people, that's where they kind of go backwards, because it is so hard to get started back up. It is hard to get a job. So what kept you from going backwards?
And I didn't even include my big my felony that I had. I caught a felony in 97. I don't know if y'all heard of 97. Got a lot of, how young we got a crowd out here, but 1997, I was just turning 18, so I've had a felony as long as I've been an adult. And I had a felony before I had a diploma or a GED. So and at that time, there was no place that was felony friendly. So between that 97 era up until almost like 2014, 2015, where a lot of, you had a lot of grants that included a lot of industries, that would utilize felonies and stuff, it was just during different time periods. But that was one of the reasons that was hard for me to get employment, first of all. And between that and getting shot, the remnants of that was almost dying and not having anything but kids that I was probably about halfway taken care of. Wasn't really seeking employment at a time clock. I was on the corner trying to hustle and get it in, and it was definitely benefits in that, but it was way more negative impact on what it was in the community, or more over on myself. But as far as transitioning to get in there, I think I just got tired of, I guess, being in that hamster wheel. Just keep doing the same thing every day, whether it's hustling or even just working, just doing something just traditional or something, because I got man of many hats. So I like to do a lot of different things, and why not get certified or get a, make it an achievement to accomplish these certain things, or instead of just being out just doing a bunch of stuff and being jack of all trades and master of none. So I want to become a master of something. So it wasn't that hard to get back in here, so.
Okay. So now that you're, you walked that stage, we're going to get to that, but I want to know if there's any way later on down the line that you would be willing to speak to some young people.
Oh, definitely.
Tell them what you went through, how you got through it, and, just to help them out. Even, some that have been incarcerated and have gotten out, just to give them a little bit of hope to say, okay, you're out now. This is what you need to do. Just sort of like a mentor.
Yeah. So that was one of my, I say that would have been my minor, if I would have applied for it, would be sociology, and being more social, and how to talk to people. Because I always, like I said, I write music, I do music, so I know words, and I know how to place words, but knowing your audience. That's one thing that I learned through a couple of professors here at Columbia State. Also, I'm gonna give a shout out to Professor Mans, and like they've been great, just showing me how to know my audience, and because you just can't approach everybody the same way, and that's why I think the disconnect is with having people speak, because I'm not completely delivered, if you how some people get, and I'm in a delivering process. So when you talk to people that's going through that process, it's like, hey man, I'm walking with you the same way sometimes. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm definitely not perfect. And so I'm capable and able to make mistakes just as well as anybody else. And I may say something out of the way, and that's what makes God's grace so amazing. I got to put that in there, that no man walked this earth is perfect. So as long as you got that dash in between there, you're gonna be, you're liable to make mistakes and go through ups and downs and changes, and that's what makes us great as a people. That I can go out to, whether it's a group of gangbangers or basketball players or pastors, and have a conversation with all three of them. You see what I'm saying? So, and it's knowing your audience. Not that I'm being, playing all three sides, but I do, because I'm on all three sides. I gotta do. You see what I'm saying? I've been on all three ropes, every fourth wall. So it's that's something I plan on doing. And I make it back probably 2025. I'll start doing that and getting out with it. So if you need me in any of those areas, sounds good.
But I was gonna say I can relate to you as far as just going and being able to talk to just about anybody. You know, I've been in situations where I've been in places where people, they's like, you shouldn't have went there and you shouldn't have went there. Well, you know what we're supposed to do? We're supposed to go in those places,
Man, Jesus
and talk
hung
to
out
them.
with the
I don't
thieves
care
and-
if you've been in jail or whatever. I'm one of the type of people that's gonna see the best in everybody. Now you mess up and you show me your other side, then I might be saying, okay, I'm done.
Yeah, that's
But I
it.
tried.
No, you can't. I ain't keep
So,
all that stuff
and that's the thing that, you know, a lot of people, they'll start looking at a situation, I'm not going over there. But, you know, for you to have been in those areas,
I'm going over
and
there.
you've already went through it,
Yeah.
but you're still going through it,
Yeah.
because you still have that F-bomb on your head. And see, that's one of the things that, you know, it's something else to, I've never been incarcerated, and pray the Lord that I don't have to be there. But, you know, it's hard. And and my friends, the majority of them, they have been incarcerated.
Right.
So I deal, you know, I'm friends with a lot of people that have been in the prison system. And when they get out, it's just hard for them. But I'm glad you brought that up, because yeah, I can relate to just going in and speaking to people and not even being afraid. You know, you're just gonna talk to them. But what I want to ask you now is, what made you decide to come to Columbia State?
Man, so I've I got family members that came out here, and you know I've came out here. So let me start it from the beginning.